Good morning, people. Today we are going to be reviewing what is inside this box, and hopefully inside this box it is the new Echo Auto from Amazon. And I did get this on the Prime Day deal, so right now it is £60, but on the Prime Day deals they had some good bargains on there. It was £30, so I only paid £30 for this. I did get a stand with it, so these two boxes would have cost me £36. So that being said, let's open it up and see what it's like. Right, so this is what we got in the box. Everything is out here. I'm also going to give Amazon some good points because that's like a, it's not plastic, it's like paper. So yeah, good materials for the boxes. Anyway, right, so inside the actual Echo itself box, you have the actual Alexa unit there. Sorry if that sets anyone off. You have a car to USB charger, a aux lead, and then this is like a sticky back, so you would stick that to your dashboard, and then you could then, this is magnetic, and then that pops onto there like that. But obviously with my one, I have also got this mount, so then instead of using that, I will clip this onto my vent, and then I will clip that onto that. And if you do want that, this, I believe, spins, so you can have it at whatever angle that you want it, which I think is pretty good. So that's what comes in the box. And yeah, let's go and set it up. So to connect this to the Kia, it's actually pretty simple. With the Kia, it already has Bluetooth connectivity, so therefore I won't be using the aux connector that comes inside the box, and I don't have another vehicle that has an aux connector without Bluetooth. So for this vehicle, I'm just using the Bluetooth and not the aux. But in the Kia, all I literally do is plug the USB straight in, and then the Bluetooth will connect to this and my phone. I'm going to show you where I put the actual device. So if you wanted to use the sticky back, obviously you could just stick it straight here, but then you'd be left with like the untidy cable. Although it is a good thing that it's quite short, because if you wanted to just have it over here, you haven't got that much cable to tidy it up. And if you wanted to use the vent attachment, so all you would do is just push that onto your vent like so, and as we see, you can twist it, and then you would whack that on there like that. But if, like me, you have a little red Kia, I have found another little hack. So plug your USB in, obviously, and then run the cable under here, pop off this little bit of trim, it literally just pulls out, and then run the cable round here and up here. So like, look, I mean, because of the the wedge on the back of that, it literally pushes in there. So when you're driving like a bit of a yob, it doesn't even move around. Now admittedly from here it looks untidy, but from where you actually sit, you don't even see it, and it works perfectly well where it is. And obviously what we do, we just pop the trim straight back in. So yeah, that's how I actually have it set up in this car. The only downside to the actual cable that I can actually see is that this box is too close to the USB, so I think that this cable needs to be a bit longer, because in the couple cars that I was just, you know, playing around and tested this out in, regardless of where you plug the USB, this just hangs around and it looks a bit messy. So that needs to be longer, so that you could probably hide that somewhere else. So let me just plug that back in. Do you know what? Every time with a USB, no matter what you do, if you unplug it and just hold it and try and plug it back in, you always have it the wrong way around. You never get it the right way around. So let me plug it back in. And I got it the wrong way around again. There we go. I was going to show you how to set this up, but if you're buying this, you probably have an Amazon Prime account, and then you probably have other Alexa stuff like that. So you just go on your Alexa app, you just pair it up, and then you are literally good to go. So let's say you come to the car the next day, you know, once you've set it all up, you come up to your car, you unlock it, you get into your car because it's already set up. We will turn on the car. You have to go to your Bluetooth settings to obviously be able to hear her properly. So if I say, Alexa, what's the weather like in California?
Right now in Sacramento, United States, it's 17 degrees Celsius with clear skies. I'm
going to turn it down, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So once it is plugged in, as you see, I didn't actually touch it or anything like that. It is literally good to go from the second you get in the car. Not that you should spy on your loved ones or someone you bought this for, but if you actually go on your Amazon, you know, on the app, go onto this, you can find that there is a setting for Find My Car. So it actually has like a semi-tracker actually in that, which is actually pretty cool. Haven't used it because obviously every time I use it, the phone is with it anyway, so I'm not sure how accurate it actually is, but it has got a Find My Car on it, and you click on it, you allow it, and then it shows you where your car is, which I think's actually pretty cool. So when you are in your car and you are using, I'm going to mute her actually. So like, sorry, I should have said that. If you press that one, it mutes it. And then if you, so I need to unmute it. But if we press this one, it then activates her. So now she's listening, now she's not, and now she's definitely not listening. So I'm gonna mute it for a second, but that is how you do that. But the main reason you're gonna have this is for phone call reasons or for music reasons, because let's be real, your phone's sat-nav is the best sat-nav you're going to get, is usually better than sat-navs actually built into cars. And if you are going somewhere you haven't been before, you're probably going to set up your sat-nav before you leave anyway. So for navigation purposes, I don't think it's very good to use Alexa with it. Again, sorry if that sets off anyone else's one at home. But what I'm using it for is for music. So let's say right now I'm listening to the Rolling Stones, and now I want to listen to Led Zeppelin. Obviously, I can't use my phone while I'm driving. But now, if I unmute her, I would say, Alexa, play songs by Led Zeppelin. I have muted it, but she will...
Led Zeppelin from Spotify.
So, there we go. Now I've got songs by playing by Led Zeppelin. I'm only turning it down because every time I've had a song come on in one of my videos, it comes up with a copyright infringement. So then I have to explain that I'm not obviously anyone from Led Zeppelin, and I'm definitely not Mick Jagger, and I'm not part of the Rolling Stones, unfortunately. But yeah, so that is the main gist of how it works and some of the things you can do. But for the phone calls, as I said, the Kia already has phone connectivity in it anyway. So if I press the call button on this, it actually comes up with a list of my favourites on the screen anyway. So for calling purposes, I actually think Alexa's only good if it's someone you haven't rung in a while. So if you're like trying to ring a contact you don't call frequently or haven't rung frequently, then it's good. But let's be real, in your car you probably only call the same few people, so therefore your physical buttons and on the screen in this car is actually easier than making phone calls using Alexa. So not great for, it does work for phone calls, but not great. But there are some little problems with it that I will show you. It doesn't always like specific contacts. So let me just say, so if I say this, Alexa, call mum.
Calling mum's mobile.
Right, I'm not going to show you the screen or else it comes up with my mum's number. So that does work, and it is calling my mum. But then if I say this, Alexa, call dad.
That's dad, right?
Yes.
Which dad? The one with phone number ending in 4722 or 2326?
See, look, I'm going to stop that there because I only have one dad, number one, and he only has one number in my phone. So I'm not really sure.
Dad? The one with phone number ending in 4722
and she doesn't stop.
or 2326?
Alexa, can you stop, please? So let me mute that. So there's one issue with it. Even though I have my dad saved as a favourite in my contacts on the Alexa app, for some reason it doesn't like specifically calling him. So if I'm ringing my mum, I'm good, but if I'm ringing my dad, it's a bit hard work. But as I said, in the Kia, and like on a lot of cars, there are shortcut buttons. It may be, so on this one's on the steering wheel, there are shortcut buttons usually. So for ringing purposes, it does work, but it can be a bit hit and miss. Something that is quite cool on the app is that you can set up routines. I know you could do that anyway, but in the case of the car, you know, where you probably are going to want to know it, and you're sitting down anyway. So for my one, I would say, what's up, doc? And then it would tell me the traffic report on my way to work and what the weather's like. You can actually set that up to whatever you want. So you could say, you know, what's the crack? What happening? You know, you can set that to say whatever you want. But in this case, so if I say, Alexa, what's up, doc?
At the moment, traffic to work looks a bit slow. The fastest route takes...
See, so I'm going to turn it down because then it tells you all the road names and stuff like that. And I don't want you to be that nosy about where I am. But it's the same with the weather. So...
Cloudy skies. Today's forecast is clouds and showers, with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 15 degrees.
So that is actually pretty good. And as I said, obviously it is still your standard, you know. So Alexa, tell me a joke.
What kind of pants do clouds wear? Thunderwear.
Ha ha ha. Except that is, until I found this out. Alexa, who's going to win the Premier League?
I'm not good at making predictions, but I think the next Premier League winner will come from either Manchester, Liverpool, or London. But not Spurs, obviously.
But not Spurs, obviously. I mean, we even get bantered by a bit of electronics and we still get bantered. Do you know what? She's bang on, isn't she? Let's be real. She's bang on, right? We're not going to win it, are we? Let's be real. But anyway, it was good until she comes out with silly comments like that. But nevertheless, it still listens to you. I am going to show you some problems that I have encountered with it. So the first problem I've encountered is the car is locked. You know, I'll press the lock button again just to prove to you the wing mirrors are in, so it is locked. But it is still all plugged in, obviously, because I'm not going to unplug it every single time. I'm going to hold my phone here just to show you what I mean. So all switched off, everything off, but my USB is still powered on. So therefore, if I say, Alexa, what's the weather like in Beijing?
In Beijing, China, it's 30 degrees Celsius with rain. Tonight, you can expect lots of clouds with showers.
I mean, you can see my point is that it's still working even though I'm not in the car, and it actually doesn't, obviously it then comes through on my phone. So it doesn't switch off when you switch off the car. But then obviously that is due to the USB still being powered on. Another issue is actually when I have been listening to some songs. Some songs, even though they don't actually say the words, you know, the activation word, sometimes it activates on its own. So you'll be listening to a song and it will say a word similar and it activates, which is really annoying. But by far my biggest pet peeve is this. Let's say you're on the phone when you're actually going up to your car. So let's just say you're chatting someone away and you get in your car, you know, you get in your car, you sit down, you shut the door, you start it up. It doesn't connect. Obviously your Bluetooth will still connect to the car itself and the phone call will come through. But Alexa then will not work that whole time you're in the car. You need to disconnect your Bluetooth and reconnect it. That might just be for me. But I've tried it on this car and I tried it in the Civic as well and I had the exact same thing. If you're on the telephone before you get in the car, it won't connect to it properly. You have to disconnect and reconnect. I know it's only a small problem, but it is very annoying because it's happened quite a few times. So just thought I'd let you know. Another small problem, like right now we're listening to LBC because James O'Brien's not on there at the moment, so we're going to listen to it. If you want to change a song, so let's say I say, Alexa, play songs by Elvis Presley. It will do it, but obviously you have to then switch over to your, you know, your actual Bluetooth audio and it will work. I know it's only a small pet peeve, but again, it is also the same when you're making a phone call. It does work, but you don't get any feedback. So if I said, so like, look, we listen to LBC. Alexa, call mum. So it has registered it. Look, I'll just hold the phone down so you don't see. Look, it does work, you know, and it does call it, but you just don't get any feedback, which is quite annoying. But it's not all bad. I will tell you some good stuff about it as well. So a good feature is, so like, look, we're gonna disconnect it. So look, it's unplugged, so she's now not working. So look, Alexa, it's completely dead, completely dead. So right now we've got a Led Zeppelin song playing, and we're gonna plug this in the wrong way again, right? So watch, like, look, it's not in, and we're gonna plug it in, yeah? So you'll see, and you'll probably hear it chime as well. We're gonna give it a couple seconds, so like 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll say what's another song. We'll go for the Rolling Stones. Alexa, play songs by the Rolling Stones. So again, if I come over here, it will change it. So even if you do unplug it, let's say like you're just quite safety conscious, you just want to hide it. If you unplug it and then you put it in like your armrest, it literally only takes less than 10 seconds and it will be working, which is really good. But then that also comes to the other side of this. So if I switch off the Kia and I jump out, you know, I get out, I think the keys are in the car, so I don't think it's going to lock. So where's my key gone? There's my key. Sorry, it took a bit longer than it should have. I lock the car is locked. I then come along to the car, I get in it. Because it's already plugged in, as soon as I start said car, it is already working. Alexa, call mum. So again, I'm going to put it down here so that you don't hear it ringing away. But like, look, it does work. So for me, in my case, where it's always plugged in, it is literally instant because I have it always plugged in. So that is really good. Another good thing is that she's really nosy. So whenever you do say the code word, which I'll say in a sec, your phone will also show that it's listening, you know, it will light up. So if I turn up the radio really loud and then I still ask for it to play Elvis, so if I crank this up.
And if we can see them having a battle,
loud. Alexa,
you know, we think, why could I not reach them? But it actually isn't about you, because it's about them.
So if I go to the screen,
you know, when they're struggling.
Obviously I'll turn it down, but if I go to media, it'll be playing songs by Elvis Presley. Again, I am sorry that I have to turn down the actual music, but I get all these things come up, you know, so copyright, da 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 da. So yeah, another good thing about it. Something that will throw you if you do get one. It is, you may when you say a code name, the bung is about a second delay, but that doesn't mean she's not listening to you. So if you say it really quickly, if you say the activation word and then something, so we'll say, what's the capital of Germany? Alexa, what's the capital of Germany?
The capital of Germany is Berlin.
See, if you heard it, the bung of her actually activating was while I was talking, but it is still listening, so you can literally be as quick as you want and it will still pick it up, which is a really good little feature. Because at the beginning I thought I had to wait for the bung like I would at home, but it's not. It's listening, it's just a bit of a sound delay. So yeah, that is really good. A bit annoying with a bung, but it is still really good. So as I said, if you go through the app, there is loads of stuff that you can be nosy at and a load of stuff that you can actually play with. So it is really good. The only thing I was quite confused with is that when I actually set it up, it says you can use it. It's also compatible with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And I'm not really too sure why, because if you have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you can do all of this stuff anyway. So then I don't really understand why you would need to have Alexa with it. The only thing I can think, if you apply Alexa to it as well, is that maybe you can, you know, turn on your house lights, turn on your heating, which you can do on this, by the way. Sorry, I've got to say that if you have like smart bulbs or smart heating, anything like that, and it's connected to Alexa, you can use it via Alexa. But with the side of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, I don't really see the need to buy it if you're literally buying it just to turn on a load of light bulbs at home. But you know what I mean. So it is a very good little gadget, to be fair. So yeah, good stuff. Right, so my conclusion of the Echo Auto 2nd generation. As I said, it is £60 now, but I only paid £30 on Prime Day. And if you find it again on a bargain day on Amazon for 30 quid, buy 100 of them because they're so worth it. Even at £60, they're still worth it. Mainly for just being able to change the song and for asking pointless questions when you're driving, like how tall is a T-Rex? You know, them sort of questions. It still works on the phone side of it. If you want to make phone calls, maybe a bit iffy, but it still does work if it isn't as easy to get to your contacts on your car. So yeah, 100% I would get it. My only word of warning is I wouldn't recommend it if you have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay already in your car, because then all you're really benefiting from is being able to like use your smart bulbs or anything on your smart home appliances. So yeah, I do apologise, I couldn't test the aux cable capability of it. It's just all the cars, as I said, as we have Bluetooth connectivity, so therefore I can't test it. But I would like to know if anyone does have it via using the aux cable. I would like to know, so please drop me a comment because I'm nosy like that. But apart from that, hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.